Put your hands in the air one time. I don't fuck with anxiety full time. Milieu décontracté, flip the paradigm. And to live my life, yeah, just good vibes. Put your hands in the air one time. I don't fuck with anxiety full time.
Alright, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 905 and 808s. I'm your host, Stamina. And today we have Ft-Sicario Sosa in the building from Jersey, man. What's good?
Yo, what's good, man? Thank you for having me today.
Man, I appreciate you coming here, my man. And so tell us a little bit about who Ft-Sicario Sosa is. What are you up to? What's going on? How'd you get involved into the music game, really?
So I've been around music my whole life, man. Like my dad, growing up, he was a DJ in his spare time. So what I used to do is I used to carry like all of his crates into the venue wherever he was at. And that was my way in. So I was really young, just seeing all of this stuff unfold. And that was like my first experience when it came to hip hop. And then ultimately, like in third grade, I picked up the trumpet. So I learned how to read sheet music. Then I started playing the drums. So I felt like I became more well-rounded. And then I really started writing music. I would say maybe ninth grade, high school, and then I've been writing ever since. So that's when I really started to take it seriously. But
wow.
Yeah, man. So I feel like I've been around music my whole life. My sister, she's a little bit older than me. She's like 7 years older than me. She had a rap group with some of my cousins. So I feel like it's in the genes.
Yeah, man, that's dope, bro. That's fucking dope. And so how did you get involved into the, I guess freestyling kind of popped and evolved through that music journey of yours then, right?
Yeah, like freestyling, I felt like it was a way to always just keep myself sharp. And then, when you do music, you have a ton of other people around you that usually do music as well. So a lot of my close friends, they do music. So, our college days, we used to go ahead, just crack a few beers, throw some beats on.
Yeah.
Freestyling, man, that's how we pass the time, yo.
Man.
Like hours.
That's dope. Yeah, man. Those are the best vibes, honestly. And bro, it's an underrated way to practice too, in front of people. And then,
yeah, totally.
And then obviously it pays off, man. Like going on 4-Bar Friday, seeing Boy Wanda and the other guys like literally saying like, wow, like you've been putting some excellent work out there. So it's very interesting.
That to me is crazy because it's like, I started doing 4-Bar Friday years ago. So it was just a platform where I felt like it was a way to give some of my viewers some content. And it's quick, like, if I don't have anything going on this week, I could do a quick 4-Bar Friday. And, people are gravitating towards it. So I never thought that the platform would grow to be this big. And I mean, to be able to like rap in front of some of these names, like on the last cypher, Benny the Butcher was on, Fabulous was on to produce the beats. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's something that I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd be able to accomplish. So it's been a blessing. And Dame has been giving us a ton of opportunities, so I appreciate him for that.
Yeah, bro. That's sick, man. And in terms of your circle, bro, are you fully involved within the music scene? So like everyone around you was supporting your music, or like you have different groups like along your journey? Like you said that your family was really involved in music, but
yeah. So it was like one of those things where my dad, he was like really into the music, and my mom, she wasn't so supportive of the dream. She was more like, yo, you should go to school, get a degree, and have a stable 9 to 5. It's all about balance, I guess. You know what I mean? Because even though music is my plan A, God forbid it doesn't pan out, then I need something to fall back on. You know what I mean? So, but in terms of my circle, I pretty much been running with the same circle since I started writing. So my circle hasn't changed. I've been fortunate enough to where some of the producers that I've been working with, they've been able to really elevate themselves and take their production to the next level. I've been able to benefit from that because they've been able to produce some singles for me. So, everything works hand in hand, yo.
Yeah, that's dope. And so that means you're going forward for an EP or an album coming soon then, right?
Yeah, so I'm definitely aiming for an EP, maybe even an album, I'm not sure. The most I'll put on the record was maybe like 11 tracks.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
It's just all about quality. I want the music to be quality. I want all of the songs to be undeniable because I feel like a lot of people have been waiting for this project for a long time. So I just want to put out some quality music.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. And what kind of topics are you going to talk about? Is it something like personal stories of yours, or it's just certain topics that's happening right now in 2020?
I feel like I probably will do something pertaining to everything that's going on in the world. It may not make the project, but maybe I'll just put it out as a single. But most of my music is based on personal experience. And I feel like when it comes to projects, that's really what people gravitate towards. You know, I know a lot of people try to drop singles, commercial singles with all of this stuff talking about popping bottles and fucking bitches and all of this stuff. But I don't feel like you can carry a whole album with just talking about that stuff.
Yeah. I feel at the end of the day, I feel it's all about the brand that you want to portray, right?
Exactly. And then with me coming up, like I was a big fan of like Jay-Z, Nas. Now I'm a fan of like Kendrick and J. Cole. So I want to follow in those footsteps. You know, I want to be able to make music that really resonates with people that are going through the everyday struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. That's good, bro. Especially right now, we need more positive influences. We need like people that support others, you know, like where we can influence positively, like what's going on, right? Because man, things are crazy, man. But
yeah, it's nuts right now, man. It's crazy. I feel like 2020 is definitely the worst year ever.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, tell me about it, man. Lots of things been canceled. Kobe, rest in peace, man. What an inspiration too. Like
seriously. Wow. Yeah, it's nuts, man. Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. There's just a ton of stuff going on.
I really hope.
Even now, with the Black Lives Matter movement, I feel like it's something that's necessary because racism. I don't understand racism, to tell you the truth, but it's something that's been going on entirely too long. So hopefully we can go ahead and continue to gain traction on this. And I know 2020 has been chaotic, but hopefully on the other side of this, we'll see change. Yes.
And like we said earlier before we started the podcast, it's all about adapting to the difficulties, man. It's pretty much like a key indicator of success if you actually want to win, right? Or else, like, you're just gonna think negatively. It's gonna put you down, and you're not gonna be performing at your best. And yeah, man, like 2020, we gotta bounce back no matter what and do the best as we can, because been a crazy year economically. A lot of good things happened as well. I think the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm really happy that a lot of people joined forces, like not just the Black community, but all races, all religion, like trying to support the movement and trying to change the system. Because at the end of the day, it's all about a system issue, right? And the people who have the system are not necessarily Black, or they don't really understand that, and they just leverage that from just history, culture, like long times ago, like centuries. It's been going on forever.
I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like you were saying, the powers that be, they're really out of touch with what's going on. It's urban communities, they just don't understand it. The majority of them don't understand what's going on because they haven't been put in a position where they had to starve for anything for centuries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of these wealthy families, they came up during like prohibition, making their money illegally, and they have this this old money that stems from Lord knows how long. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. They're just completely out of touch. A lot of our politicians are out of touch, and they're trying to put policies in place that don't necessarily benefit us in the urban community.
Yeah. And how are things in Jersey right now? What's going on in the city in general?
Well, I'm from Jersey, but I actually don't live there now. So I live in Massachusetts.
Say word. Okay,
So I live in Massachusetts now. I've been out here for like 5 years. But I mean, from what I hear, right now they're in phase 2 in terms of opening or reopening certain things. But But from what I read in the news, and then my family lives there, so my parents, they've been pretty quarantined because they're starting to get older in years. In terms of what I see statistically, like New York and New Jersey, they're doing pretty well in terms of like helping the curve decrease.
Good.
Everything's going well there. And then here in Massachusetts, it hasn't been too bad either. So we haven't been affected too bad to the point where I see like people starting to panic and all the pandemonium at the supermarkets and stuff like that. So we haven't really been privy to any of that.
Good. And oh man, on another topic about your music, man. So when you freestyle, there's a science behind it. So how do you get to create something instantly? Do you have a certain strategy that you use to be, you know, like always be on point and not really, you know, like losing some words or not sure?
Not really. The easiest way for me to freestyle, and it may seem odd to other people, but I actually prefer it when I'm in a room or I'm in a setting and I have somebody just tossing me some words. So it's easier for me to stay on track like that. But if I don't have somebody doing that, like I literally just try to survey the room and just talk about what I see going on. You know what I mean? Because the hardest part about freestyling is being able to go ahead and just keep your thoughts in line, because you have so much going in your mind. So the easiest way for me, if I see somebody here and, you know, they're sitting next to me and they have on a Kobe jersey, that may go ahead and just spark a Kobe bar. You know what I mean? So that's what I try to do. And then a lot of times, because I write so often as well, you get to the point where you start to write for so long and you know there's only certain words that rhyme with each other. You know what I mean? So it kind of comes to you instantly when you've been doing it for time. Right.
So how long have you been writing then, in that case?
I recorded my first single in like 3rd grade.
Wow.
Like I was saying, my dad, he was the DJ. So what we used to do is on the B side of the vinyl, I don't know if you remember where the B side of the vinyl came with the instrumental to the record on the A side.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We used to record cassette tapes. So my dad used to play the instrumental. He had a microphone, and then we used to record myself on cassette, and then we used to play it back like that.
Wow, that's sick.
I've been writing for a long time. When I really got serious was I used to play baseball. So I played baseball. I started when I was 5 years old. So I got to like my junior year in high school, and then I tore my ACL. So I had to sit out the whole season. But while I had to sit out the season is when I really started to write, because I didn't have anything else to do. I could barely walk. I had to be in the house for like 6 months straight. And that's when I started to really take my rhyming seriously.
Right. Wow, man, that's dope. Honestly, for me, my experience for writing is when I was going through a lot and it was just easy to write. It was kind of like medicine or therapy in that case. It was just awesome, you know?
Absolutely. I feel like music is like that for me as well, because there's certain things, I've never been one to complain. And you know, everybody has their own things, everybody has their own problems. So I really go ahead and I just funnel that into my music. And like it was therapeutic. Even if the record never comes out, at least I got to get that problem off of my chest, whatever it was.
Yeah, no, it's good, honestly. Like you just get some emotions that are, man, honestly, I think the hardest for me is to write sad songs or songs that are really like, you know, hard and negative. Those are the toughest for sure. It takes so much energy and so much courage in a way, because then you're putting that energy out and you're like, damn.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing, man, because as an artist, people don't realize like how vulnerable you have to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're putting these problems out there that you may not have discussed with anybody. You know what I mean? And then you're going in the booth and then you're releasing this music to the world. So,
literally.
Yep.
Very, very sensitive and personal. Yeah, music is all about that. And it's good as well because it helps you grow as a person too. And being really aware that, you know, at the end of the day, like people have opinions, but it's okay. It shouldn't be phasing you yourself, right? As a person. Like when you really understand yourself and you understand like how others work, hey, the only person that can be you is you, right? So you can take opinions of some people that you respect and admire, sure. But some opinions, hey, they might hate, but who cares really, right?
Exactly. I mean, yo, people are gonna hate. And then music is subjective, yo. Music is subjective. So like yourself and myself, we could be big fans of J. Cole, but I see on Twitter all the time, like there's a whole separate entity that hates J. Cole. Yo, they feel like it's boring. Like they don't understand him at all. And I guess it's all about your experiences. You know what I mean?
That's very true. That's very true.
So it's just subjective. There's no right or wrong answer. And I learned that like when I first started putting music out, like ultimately I'm doing this for myself. I know it's impossible to keep everybody happy. So that's how I look at it. And at the end of the day, I'm just gonna do what I do. If people gravitate toward it, that's great. If people don't like it, then I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it, man. Yeah, that's the way to do it. And in terms of your ghostwriting, have you wrote pieces for bigger artists or just like the local community or certain songwriters or?
So I've been able to start to gain some momentum. I would say within the last 2 years or so, I've been able to gain some placements and really start to monetize this music, which is ultimately the goal, to be able to leave my 9-to-5 behind and just focus on music entirely. So yeah, man, I've been able to gain a few placements. Things are going really well. I just wrote a record not too long ago. We just hit 30,000 streams, which is pretty big.
Nice.
At least. So we're starting to build. And I got a few more that are dropping later this year. So we just grinding, man. I've been utilizing Zoom a lot. So I've been doing like these writing sessions with my producer. We link up like every day and we try to just knock out one song.
That's a smart way.
Yeah, you know, because we don't want to stay stagnant, even though there's not much to do in terms of going outside. But that's not an excuse to not be able to create.
Right. Yeah, that's the good way to see it, honestly. And what are your marketing strategies? Like, how do you get how do you build your fan base and how do you get them engaged in that sense? Especially for the new release, right?
Yeah, so the crazy thing about it is, like I was telling you before we started recording, is I never really saw myself being a solo artist. You know what I mean? Yeah. I always preferred myself behind the scenes just in terms of writing. And I like writing because, say today, I'm in a hip hop kind of mood. I could do a hip hop record. And then say tomorrow I want to do like an R&B record. I can do that. I can create whatever I feel. I feel like as a solo artist, people try to put you in a box and they're not receptive when you try to change your sound. You know what I mean? But I haven't really given it much thought. You know what I mean? I just been creating organically. With this quarantine, I feel like everybody's in a position where they're probably attached to their phones or their computers and they're watching. So what I've been trying to do is every time I see a challenge from like a bigger name artist, whether it be like Jadakiss or allhiphop.com or Dave East had one, you know, etc. I just been trying to go ahead and jump on the challenge as quickly as possible before it gets flooded and just put out the hardest bars that I can, man. And I went on a little run. A ton of people been showing me love, like Wyclef gave me a shout out, Dave East, T-Pain, allhiphop.com. I was a finalist in their challenge. I was in the top 7.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So I've been able to catch momentum and honestly, it's just been organic. Like I haven't been giving it much thought. I just been trying to be consistent. I feel like consistency is the key.
Wow, man. That's impressive, man. Wow. You're definitely looking on a good path, bro. Like I could see it's going really bright for you. That's exciting, man. Honestly.
Yeah, it's exciting because like I was saying, I've been doing music for so long. So to finally be able to get people in tune with what I'm doing, it's a great feeling, you know? So now I'm just trying to keep it going. I might even drop something later today. Who knows? I'll drop a few bars. And then I'm actually going to be back on with Dame Lillard on Friday for another 4 Bar Friday Cypher.
Yeah, you guys don't missed this out, man. You gotta check him out, bro. For real.
Bro, we have a good time. Yo, the thing that people don't know about that cypher is like, it's a pretty grueling process, yo. So what they do is like, they go ahead and they usually send the contestants 3 beats, like 24 hours before the contest, right? So then you got to come up with your verses, right? And the hardest part about it is, one, you may not necessarily rhyme on any of those beats. Like if it was you choosing the beats, right? So you just got to go with whatever 3 beats they choose.
Right.
Come up with some fire verses, and then you have to memorize all of the verses before the actual show. You know what I mean? So there's been a few times like I've been going through my verse, I'll like slip up and forget it because I had just written it, and I'm just freestyling the rest of the way. But that's where freestyling comes in, yo, because like nobody can really tell the difference. It's just me that knows. Like, all right,
That's a smart way of doing it, man. Like, so it seems very slick and smooth, but then you're just like, oh shit, I forgot my verse.
Like, yo, I gotta wing it from here, yo.
Yeah. Oh man, that's sick. I actually didn't know it was 24 hours. They give you 24 hours, then you gotta write the verse, then you gotta memorize that.
Yeah, wow, so they usually send the beats like, this week we got kind of lucky because they sent the beats on like midnight, Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the cypher is at 5 p.m. on Friday. But we got these beats, and then the cypher got postponed, so we got an extra week to sit with the beats. So,
okay.
So we got lucky on this one.
Damn. Oh, that's cool, man. That's really cool.
I've been having a lot of fun with it, man. Music is a beautiful thing. It's great how music is able to bring people together.
Right. Mm-hmm. Man, I honestly wish you all the best for the 4-Bar Friday. And I saw that you had you have one single out officially on Apple Music. Do you have any music out like on SoundCloud or other platforms, or are you gonna mainly use Spotify and Apple Music for future releases, or maybe even Instagram?
I'm probably gonna use. I'm not sure, so I'm kind of torn when it comes to this, right? Because I've seen a lot of people have success with TuneCore in terms of funneling their fan base there. So I may start to do that. But for now, I'm gonna utilize like all digital streaming platforms. So Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, things like that. I actually do have a new feature. It should be dropping within about a week. So it's Hook Man Rome featuring myself. The record is called For Your Love. I think it's pretty dope. And then I'm probably gonna drop something around July 15th, my next single. So I don't have a title for the song yet, but definitely be on the lookout for that.
Nice. Well, we're gonna link all the links below, and we're gonna let you guys know when it all comes out. Because I'm really excited to check it out as well, man. For real.
I appreciate that. When we get off here, what I'll do is I had a project that I dropped. It's maybe a few years ago. It's called the Red Couch Chronicles. Mm-hmm. So I'll email you the whole project, and then you could kind of get a feel for my last project.
Man, that would be sick. I'd love to hear that for sure.
For sure. Yeah, bro. So that's really the project that opened up a lot of doors for me in terms of ghostwriting.
Mm-hmm. And are you planning to collaborate with other artists that are international? So
absolutely, man. I feel like if I respect what you do as an artist, then I'm down to collab, yo. So it doesn't matter to me where you're from.
Right.
Right now in the US with the weather getting a little bit better, I kind of want to tap into that tropical vibe that everybody's tapping into. Get people in. Who knows, man? Maybe I'll even show off a little bit of my vocal abilities, sing on one of these tracks. Who knows?
Yeah, so, man. Dancehall's a sick genre of music that
absolutely.
You know, like that gets people together. It's very danceable. It's all like good vibes. So
yeah, it's all about. Yeah, this new wave is all about getting people moving, man. Whether it be the whole UK drill movement or dancehall. Yeah, I'm all about just people having a good time, yo.
Yeah, facts. Hey, man, do you have any shout outs or anything else that you wanted to talk about before we end this?
So I want to give a shout out to my whole team. It's called 7 Days of Dope. 7 Days of Dope is the movement. I know a lot of people hear the word dope and they kind of gravitate towards drugs right away.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're doing, man. 7 Days of Dope is all about creative people just being really good at what they do every day of the week. You know, so whether it be cinematography, musicians, even culinary arts, you know what I mean? If you feel like that's what you're passionate about, just go ahead, try to be as creative as possible and try to push the limits of your craft. And that's what we all about. Days of Dope. So I want to give a shout out to my boy B.I., Scream CJ, Quaddy, the whole team, Ayden, Melissa J, Hookman Rome. I got love for everybody, and we're going to continue to push the movement forward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man, before we end this, I forgot. Are you dropping some visuals? Since you talk about cinematography, so that kind of incited me that. Are you planning to do any music videos or stuff like that?
That's been the hardest part. So I got to kind of see what I'm going to do as far as my solo artistry. Because like I was saying, you know, I've been tapping in with my producer. We've been gaining this catalog, just trying to push placements. But we'll see. I'll probably shoot like 2 or 3 visuals off the new project.
Yeah. And that's a good idea, bro. That would be another really good tool to get people to know. And, you know, you could really focus on the vibe of the video. So then it makes the music project even more, right? It gives a little different light, a different, you know, amplitude, ambiance, as they say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right about that. I haven't dropped any visuals in quite some time. So I think that's the way to go. I think ultimately to propel myself to the next level, I think that's something that I have to do at some point.
Yes, sir. Well, there you have it, guys. Sicario Sosa. I'm going to drop all his links down below. And again, thank you for coming through to the podcast, man. I really appreciate talking to you, getting to know you. And
bro, thanks for having me, man. Like, I had a great time doing it. And like I said, once we get off of here, I'll send you the last project and you can give me your thoughts on that.
Sounds good, man.
All right,
guys. 905 and 808s. I'm your host, Stamina. Checking in, Sicario Sosa. Show him some love, man. Follow him on all his links, all his media below. We'll see you guys soon. Easy.
Stay blessed.